What's poppin', lads? I'm gonna make a quick video on the boxing this weekend. As I didn't really make any boxing videos. I didn't talk about Friday's boxing. I didn't talk about they don't really try and cover news boxing. They didn't really talk about Hammy Munguia popping. I didn't really talk about Timalifu, Tiafimo, you know, backing down from Turkey. As in pretty much he calls him a dictator, CK, DICT. No, he apologised. Otherwise he would have got iced out in any big fights and any big money deals. Let's see if he ain't as big as he likes to think. But next one, Caleb Plant versus Armando Ravindez. There won't be much editing. Probably just a wallpaper. Just let you guys know. So Caleb Plant, he looked alright the first 4 rounds. Like what most, like not most, but like what some press fighters do. They'll see how you're operating and then see if your legs waver. And guess what? Caleb Plant's legs sure as hell wavered. I mean, you could literally see in round 5 he started half on puff. I don't know what's up with Caleb Plant's gas tank, man. It's never been good. Especially against guys that pressure him. You know. Especially against guys that pressure him. You know, like Canelo, Benavidez, Macombi in some stages. Flipping on Macombi was hurting him. Macombi's power was mad in that fight, to be fair. It was absolutely crazy. But you know what I don't like with Caleb, I'd say if they changed it soon after he KO'd Darrell. I don't even know, like it just changed when he was fighting Darrell. I don't know if it's because he's with Stephen Edwards, aka Coach Bredman. I actually like him as a coach. I think he's actually great when it comes to like calling fights or whatever. Like, you know, you see his like prediction rate. He's very good at predicting fights, isn't he? But man, it's like, what are you doing letting your fighter fight like toe to toe when that's not his specialty? You know, that's not your fight specialty. You tell him that. You literally pour the kettle on him. You know, and what's in the fighthub.com. You know, if it was John Tettel was interviewing him or something like that. And with other newscasts and broadcast YouTubers. And he's like, you just sort of slating him. End of the day, you're honest, and that's what a fighter should need, an honest coach. No yes man. But it's like, do I just fight? You know what I mean, guys? Guys just beating him down verbally. You know. He said he doesn't like Caleb Plant in the shoulder roll. Caleb Plant's shoulder roll has declined massively. He never really had a fantastic shoulder roll. Different is the 5'7" Canelo, which is 6 foot. How tall's Caleb Plant? He looked taller than David Benavidez, so he's like 6'2". 6'2" Caleb Plant, right? 6'2" Caleb Plant is easy to shoulder roll against a short person. I'm on the short side, so when I spawn guys taller than me and they do use a shoulder roll, it's more clear because again the shoulders are aligned into someone's height, and depending on who you're facing, so the right hand can get deflected or more easily. But so as I was saying, Caleb Plant's shoulder has declined. Caleb Plant's defense has. It's not really looked. I mean, granted, his defense hasn't been. His defense been alright, you know. Caleb Plant's one of those people. He's a slick boxer. He's not been really utilising his slickness that much anymore. I mean, I think his right hand was a bit fucked up in the fight. Oh, I only got 30. Okay, alright. But yeah, his right hand was fucked up in the fight. Um, but we said it in the post fight. He just can't do a pressure fires, man. Punches, I think's a bit different. Because there be some punches that aren't aggressive. You know, they're clinical punches. They are not clinical. Yeah, I guess clinical. If I'm using the word right. Where you just land something big. You know, a patient puncher. That's it. A patient puncher. There are patient punches that rely on one shot. You know, and they put in the bank. Then there are aggressive punches that Armando Ravinda doesn't seem like a puncher, obviously. Um, he hurt Caleb Plant round six. I'm pretty sure Caleb Plant tried to roll. I'm pretty sure the Armando threw an overhand, and what happened is that Caleb Plant tried to roll it, and the way his arm is positioned, it's like how can you like as in roll it with his shoulder? How can you do it? You can't roll that, and also just the way he came over the top as well. Again, I'll tell you, well most people know in it, an overhand versus shoulder roll, unless you're extremely tall. Chances are that overhand could just bonk you right around the face. Doesn't mean you're gonna get hurt. Doesn't mean you're gonna get necessarily hurt, but it's a shot that will land and it'll score. Um, yeah, I mean his gas tank seems horrible. Um, if he rematches Armando, he's not fine toe to toe. Oh man, but the thing is though, Caleb Plant when he does try to move, that's what expends his energy even more. Caleb Plant has the skills to definitely to win, but his gas tank's awful. And you know, I need to talk about his gas tank because let's talk about his fundamentals. His fundamentals is horrid as shit. His fundamentals were way more better. Like there's no like he utilizes conventional guard. Where's the parry at? Where's the parry? If the right hand may come to you and you can't even knock it off the lead hand. And of course that's breaking fundamentals a bit. But that's still being in your barrier. That's still being in your stance. Caleb Plant's way better for me, mind you. He's a world champion. All I am is a sparring partner for professionals and white collars and amateurs. So I'm not trying to say as if like, oh, Caleb Plant's like he's shit. Of course not. But I'm just saying, any person that's boxed for a long while, they'll happily realize, not happily, yeah, happily, innit? You know, they'll happily realize that he mixes it up, his stances, but there's no posture, there's no stability. His stance, there's no rigidness where that stance can be broken. Stance gets broken all the time. Look at the McCumbee fight. Stance got broken multiple times. You know, with the conventional long guard, like, do you know what I mean? So what I think he needs to do, I think Bradman needs to tell him, hey, because another thing, Caleb Plant don't really like. From what Bradman said in the interviews backstage, seems like Caleb Plant did say like, oh, my dad gave me good advice. Um, my dad gave me good advice. Um, my coach gave me good advice. You didn't listen to you didn't listen, mate. You don't like last fight. You didn't listen. This fight, you didn't listen again. Bredman always says to you, listen, I don't like that shoulder roll. Keep the hands up. In the McCumbee fight when he got dropped, what would have saved him if he kept the high guard? What would have saved him from the overhand if he kept his hands up? And guess what? He could have wedged the overhand. I mean, at least could have nullified it. For high guard, an active high guard. Um, yeah, so that's what I put Caleb. I wouldn't say Caleb's necessarily overrated, but pressure fires is kryptonite, isn't it? Also what Jermall Hitman Charlo, not Jermall Iron Man, not the younger twin. Jermall looked alright. He's always had a great jab. I've always thought he's a well built super middleweight, well built. Um, so he fought at 160, but he moved up to 168 well. He's moved up well. He looks nice at 168. Since moving up against the future David Benavidez, bro, I can't even, Jose Jr. That's it. See, I don't really want to talk about the other fights. I could talk about Kyron Davis. I'll talk about him in a little bit. I actually rate him, but unfortunately just froze. But yeah, as for Jermall Charlo, he'd be active, man. He'd be active. One thing I will say, his jab looked good, but his timing was off extremely. He's got a great slip in left hook. You know, when he slips guy's jab to the inside and throws a boom and left hook. Didn't have that timing today. Not today. He didn't have timing yesterday. Thomas Lamont, I gotta give him respect, man. He's like, he came in there, man. He came in there and he tried to fight Ian while getting beaten. I mean, he looked like the Joker. Like how badly he got beaten up. Um, what should Jamal do? It's fine in September. Even if it's against a B-tier opponent or another 160 pounder move up to 168. Gotta be active, man. What was guy out for 2 years? Coming up for 2 years. Against Jose Jr., which, come on, everybody, I like Jose Jr., he's very entertaining to watch, super entertaining to watch, but, come on, no one expected him to beat Jermall. Jermall's jab is great, though. His jab, and the way he chops on the right hand, it's great. It's really, really great. Jermall should take some tips from him. Jermall's got a great jab as well. He's got better body work than his older twin, but what if, who do I think wins if Jermall and Caleb was to fight? Styles make fights. Jermall doesn't necessarily pressure like a Mexican, but he will pressure you on the back foot with his jab, and he will look to counter. But I don't think he can counter Caleb early because Caleb's slick and he's got good good reactions. I think Jermall downloading the data, utilizing the jab. He doesn't really. He should jab more down to the body against someone like Caleb, which I'm sure he will, because can't. Caleb don't like it down to the body. He didn't like it against Canelo. He didn't like it against David, and he sure as hell didn't like it against that Armando one later in the fight. You can see it in the clinch and that, you know. Both doesn't Jamal didn't look that spectacular like he due to ring rust. And Caleb, I think pressure fighters are his kryptonite. And Kyron Davis looked like he froze up against that one fight. I'll probably put his picture up. I can't remember his name for the life of you. But yeah, I mean, Card was alright. I mean, come on, Moulton, he's looking better and better. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be a real big puncher. He's more of like an accumulative type of puncher. Seems he got a good chin, but he's facing like bit like C-tail opposition, D-tail opposition. But yeah, I mean, the way Kamal Moulton is fighting, he might be a throwback fighter. Reminds of Abdullah Mason, but you know how they'll fight every couple of months and they'll fight their heart on their sleeve. But that's why I think.